Get ready for a wild ride through time and space with everything, everywhere, all at once. This mind-bending movie will leave you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. And here's a shocker. The main character discovers they have the power to control all of reality. So sit back, buckle up, and prepare for an unforgettable journey through time and space. In the beginning, we see the Wang family joyously performing karaoke in a mirror until they vanish. Fast forward to the present, where you are in the Wang family's busy home. Evelyn and Waymond are assembling the paperwork for an audit, putting together a huge birthday celebration for Evelyn's once-absent father Gong Gong, who briefly disowned Evelyn for marrying Waymond, relocating to the US, and managing a financially troubled laundromat they own. Waymond has discreetly prepared divorce papers, but Evelyn is too occupied to speak to him. Instead, she violently rips off googly eyes that her relatives had placed throughout their laundromat as a joke, which Evelyn doesn't like. Joy, their disobedient daughter, walks in with Becky, her girlfriend. Joy and Evelyn dispute about Joy's tattoos, and if she should come out to Gong Gong because he is old and quite unpleasant. Their relationship is tense. Joy believes that her mother is making excuses out of Gong Gong and that Evelyn is deeply uncomfortable with her daughter's homosexuality herself. Evelyn presents Becky as Joy's very good friend as Gong Gong enters the room. Joy receives criticism from Gong Gong for her poor command of the Chinese language, and Evelyn reminds Joy that she is gaining weight. Evelyn, according to Becky, uses her criticism to show affection. Everyone is too preoccupied to witness Waymond briefly practicing martial arts while appearing to be possessed, as seen in the CCTV footage in the background. The following day, Waymond, Evelyn, and Gong Gong visit the IRS offices to speak with their auditor. Waymond becomes possessed once more as they travel to the appointment in the elevator. The multiverse is in jeopardy, he explains to Evelyn, and identifies himself as Waymond from another world. Or, let's call him Alt Waymond. He has been inhabiting her husband on this planet. Before leaving Waymond's body, he leaves a note for her with directions to read it when she exits the elevator. The family has a meeting with Deirdre, their auditor. According to Deirdre, the family's activities could be interpreted as fraud. Evelyn reads the message written by alternate Waymond as the meeting goes on. She's instructed to switch her shoes, put on an earphone, and then visualize teleporting to a janitor's closet. She does so and finds herself in a different realm in one of her bodies and in the company of the other Waymond. The connection is shaky because Evelyn frequently interrupts Deirdre, who is threatening to take back their laundromat during their talk. Alt Waymond says the Alphaverse is his home universe. They developed branch universe tracking mapping software there and mastered multiverse teleportation. They may learn the knowledge and skills of any alt-universe individual they inhabit in conjunction to teleporting into the body of an alternate universe version of themselves. The reason Evelyn had to change her shoes was because the traveler needed to do something unusual in order to synchronize with other world bodies in order to teleport. He claims that Evelyn is the only person with sufficient innate virtue to stop the evil multi-dimensional traveler, Jobu Tapaki, who wants to wreak havoc on the multiverse. He points out that Jobu has been killing Evelyn incarnations around the multiverse, but he believes this Evelyn is the chosen one. The bodies that Waymond and Evelyn were inhabiting at that time were killed by an alternate Deirdre, who then returned them both to their original bodies. Deirdre has agreed to give them until that evening to submit additional supporting paperwork for their audit when Evelyn awakens. Deirdre is punched by Evelyn, who is still reeling from her encounter in the other world, and she also discovers the divorce documents that Waymond had created. When Deirdre summons security, Alt Waymond is forced to take over Waymond's body and beat the guards with his martial arts prowess. Jobu becomes aware of his action, and then it is made clear that Jobu is none other than Joy from the Alphaverse. According to Alt Waymond, Evelyn pushed Joy too far in the Alphaverse when she was investigating the multiverse, resulting in her being able to traverse it at will, experience all realities at once, and change reality. Joy was enraged by the criticism and multiversal knowledge. She is left with the impression that nothing matters because there are so many opportunities available and life is so short. Alt Waymond created a weapon that he thinks will end the cosmos. He believes Evelyn can halt this. With the skills and attacks of a sumo wrestler, Alt Deirdre possesses Deirdre's body. By professing her undying love for Deirdre, Alt Waymond shows Evelyn how to enter a reality in which she is a martial arts expert. Since Evelyn is unable to accomplish this, Alt Wayman decides to give up on her, believing he chose her in error. However, Evelyn soon gains the ability to travel and uses the abilities of her martial arts alternative. Evelyn overcomes Alt Deidre with her combat skills, but is subsequently taken into custody alongside Waymond. However, Jobu is now occupying Joy, attacks the police, and brutally cartoonishly murders them. In her distress, a horrified Evelyn accesses the knowledge from a universe where everyone has adapted to have hot dog fingers in order to combat Jobu. Only when Jobu shows a particular interest in this Evelyn, sharing some of her experiences with her and giving Evelyn a sneak peek into her endgame, are they saved. Jobu is suddenly ambushed by the Alphaverse's Gong Gong, who has taken over that body. Jobu makes the decision to go to the Alphaverse and face them there. After realizing he was correct about Evelyn, Alt Wayman leaves his body and debates with Alt Gong Gong about what to do. Alt Gong Gong intends to kill Joy, while Jobu is preoccupied, since doing so will prevent Jobu from entering this reality, and he's done this in previous realities as well. Alt Wayman is against it because she thinks Evelyn can save everyone. In the end, Evelyn sides with Alt Wayman, and Alt Gong Gong hires assassins from the Alphaverse to eliminate the trio, since he believes that they have all been infected by Jobu and is concerned that if Evelyn cooperates with him, Jobu will undoubtedly be successful. In order to defeat them, Evelyn ends up drawing experiences from her doubles in various universes where she is a martial artist, singer, hibachi grill cook, which includes a universe where one of her co-workers has a raccoon named Ratatouille under his chef's hat to help him cook in a parody of Ratatouille, a maid, and a sign spinner. She is a strong combatant thanks to that combination of all these skills. She vanquishes every agent of Gong Gong. Jobu murders Alt Waymond in his body in the meantime. Evelyn prepares to attack Jobu when she returns. However, the strain of using too many different skills at once, as well as spending too much time and money in other Evelyn's bodies, results in Evelyn's death. Waymond is devastated, and Jobu appears dissatisfied. Evelyn's consciousness journeys around the multiverse in Everywhere, Part 2, witnessing the different lifetimes she borrowed abilities and information from. Included in this is the Hot Dog Finger universe, where she and Deirdre are romantically involved, and everyone uses their feet to do things. We also discover that Waymond didn't really want a divorce, but wanted to do anything to make Evelyn's talk about their deteriorating relationship in the alternate reality where Evelyn chose not to get involved and simply goes back home to do her taxes. Evelyn eventually succeeds in reviving herself by directing her spirit back into her deceased body. Running home, she confronts Joy and coerces Jobu into coming out. Evelyn tries to fight Jobu, but Jobu overwhelms her with her incredible powers, taking Evelyn to worlds where they are animated or in jail, and even a universe where they are piñatas. Then Jobu takes Evelyn to her base. She then discloses that her contraption is a everything bagel, a bagel-shaped gadget on which Joy has attached everything in the universe. A viewer can experience all of the reality at once by gazing into it. Evelyn is coerced into looking, and as a result, Evelyn starts to think that nothing in life is important since people are so insignificant. The only universe in which the two can find comfort is one in which life never developed and which they are sentient pebbles. Evelyn starts severing her connections to the different universes she is connected to after concluding with Jobu that there is no use to living. She even calls animal control on Ratatouille. In her home universe, she divorces Waymond and refuses to file her taxes, which prompts Deirdre to send the police to seize the laundromat and break its windows. Jobu explains that if she passes through the middle of the bagel, her existence on the plains will come to an end, putting an end to the suffering she endures as a result of the multiverse's futility. Evelyn accepts her invitation to go with her. But before she does so, she hears Waymond's voice, and Evelyn teleports to the dimension where she is a martial artist, and she and Waymond are not married. Waymond explains that he thinks Evelyn rejected him because she thought his kindness was a sign of weakness. But he claims that the way he derives meaning from the cosmos is by being a loving person. This Waymond is aware that he prefers a pleasant life with Evelyn running a laundry than the prosperous life he previously led by himself. Evelyn is moved by his words and starts to recognize the positive aspects of each of the multiverse lifetimes. Returning to her home universe brings this to a close as she witnesses Waymond using kindness to persuade Deirdre to change her mind about stealing their laundromat. She understands that he was correct. True love is what gives life its strength and purpose. Evelyn refuses to go through the procedure with Jobu despite her best attempts. The bagel and its minions are teleported by an incensed Jobu from her home base to Evelyn's main world, where they immediately start destroying everything. Waymond gets Evelyn to forego violence and googly-eye to herself as a symbol of her promise. Evelyn uses her abilities to sense her opponent's most sorrowful thoughts and correct them, leading each enemy soldier to cease their attack. She also resolves the issue she creates with her alternate selves across the multiverse, including reconciling with Hot Dog Finger Deirdre and preventing animal control from seizing Rakakui. She also addresses her father's abandonment, claiming that she drove her own daughter away in an effort to not be like him. Now that her family has come together, everyone grabs onto Jobu to stop her from eating the bagel. Evelyn simultaneously apologizes to her daughter in her world of filing taxes. Joy initially rejects her mother's atonement attempts. Joy argues that it makes no sense to try to mend their relationship since life is too unpleasant and people are so insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Then why should they work on mending their relationship? Even though all of that is true, Evelyn argues that these brief intervals of time are what matter most, and that no moment is more significant than the brief moments they get to spend together. As Jobu is extricated from the bagel hole and the bagel is turned off, Evelyn and Joy embrace. Joy's agreement with her mother has also calmed Jobu. Then comes part 3, all at once. Moving ahead, Becky drops the Wong family off at the IRS building after becoming totally accepted by everyone, including Evelyn and Gong Gong. Evelyn and Waymond give each other a passionate kiss as they enter, demonstrating the stability of their union. They show up at Deirdre's office with their receipts in order, earning Deirdre's appreciation for their significantly improved performance this time. Evelyn is still able to simultaneously experience the entire multiverse as the movie comes to a close. That was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once for you. How did you like the movie? If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button. And which movie do you want us to feature next? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe so you don't miss out on all the good movies you just don't want to skip, and click the bell icon to get a notification whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next movie.